everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a kind of a mixed level class. It's probably more towards a level 2-3 class, but we're working towards inversions, and there's quite a lot of instruction and building up towards inversions. So if you're kind of a level 3 and you're really familiar with all your inversions and your arm balances, we do get into those, but this class is not necessarily full of those. It's kind of working on things to strengthen towards those poses, and a lot of instruction as to how to kind of align your body to get into those poses. So it is a strong practice, and I think it's really valuable for people, even if you've been practicing for a long period of time. Maybe there's a cue in there that's just like, oh, I understand this part of my body better. But just be aware that if you are, used to doing really strong flows and you don't necessarily like all of that instruction, then this is probably not the class for you. If you do enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you have comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments section below. We are going to get started straight away in a plank pose. So if you need to do any warming up, if you want to do any wrist movements, if you want to settle in and get into ujjayi and like ground yourself or whatever, please do that first, and then we will meet in a high plank pose. Starting in your high plank pose, wrists underneath the shoulders or slightly in front. Unlock your elbows, engage through your legs. Nice and neutral through the spine. You're not rounding through the lower back. You're not sending the tailbone to the sky. Your tailbone sending towards the back of your room, crown of your head towards the front of your room. See if you can engage your lats, your big side body muscles. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. Settle in for 5 more breaths here. Allowing the ribcage and the belly to expand as you inhale. Drawing everything into the midline as you exhale. We've got 3 more breaths here. Release the neck. Maybe shake the head, yes and no. And then from here, you're just going to start to bend the right knee. Extend energy out through the left heel. And then switch it out. Bend the left knee, extend energy out through the right heel. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Keep going like this, and nice and slowly, you're going to start to take your hips all the way up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. Keep the movement of the legs. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to bring it forward again. So we're kind of taking this marching plank wave. On your inhale, you're going to start to take those hips up and back, downward dog. And then as you exhale, coming forward into your plank. We're going to take one more just like that. And we're meeting in our high plank pose. Depending where you are on your mat, you're either going to step your feet back or your hands forward. However you get there, you're bringing yourself into your longest version of a plank that you can, while still feeling like you can maintain the control in through your spine. So you're not just letting your back dump down to the floor. Keep engaging through the arms, the shoulders, press the floor away. Relax through the jaw, relax through the neck. Knit the rib cage together. You're going to take 3 more breaths here. And then from here, slowly, you're just going to lower the elbows down towards the floor. Walk your feet up a little bit if you need to, coming into your forearm plank. Same principles as your plank, except now you're pressing the floor away with your forearms instead of your hands. Settle in for 5 more breaths. Just like we did with downward facing dog to plank, we're going to take that, except we're going to go forearm plank to a kind of a modified dolphin. You're going to start to tap your right knee towards the floor and then the left, and then you're slowly going to bring your hips up. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit here, so this might not look like your full dolphin or your full forearm plank here. You find what works for you. Slowly start to shift it back forward into a forearm plank. The feet might move. Bring it up into your dolphin. Bring it down into your plank. We're going to take one more like that. From here, you're going to come into your forearm plank, and then you're just going to walk your feet into your dolphin pose. Shoulders landing pretty much above the elbows. Try and keep your forearms parallel. Shake the head, yes and no. It's hanging above the floor, so you're not resting your head on the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. From here, you're going to press down through the hands, both at the same time. If you can, you're going to lift your elbows, coming into your downward facing dog. Look towards your hands. You're slowly going to walk the feet up to the backs of the wrists. Take an inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more like that. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, lengthen through the tail. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more like that. You can keep your knees as bent as you need to here. From here, bend the knees generously, drop weight into the heels, round all the way up through the spine till you come to standing. Head and neck are the last to come up. Surya A, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale for the first one, you're going to step back to plank pose. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Elbows land above the wrists, shoulders in line or higher than the elbows. We're still holding here. Your body is in a plank, but your arms are bent. We're going to take 2 more breaths. You can drop the knees if you need to, shoulders away from the ears. Press the floor away, come back to your high plank pose, and then shift back downward facing dog. Look to the top. You can step, walk, or float. Hands, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float to chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Option for a second chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. You can always just skip it and go straight to dog. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it to your vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Little stray dog that's picked us up who's just sitting at my front door looking at me. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. Take it through your vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk or float. We've got 2 more rounds. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Step, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Last round. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Stay in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg up. As you exhale, bend the knee, round forward, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. 4 more, just like that. As you draw forward, really engage your lats. Like imagine like you're doing a chin up, engage those big side body muscles. 1 more, we're gonna hold knee to nose. As you inhale, you're gonna neutralize through the spine, drop the shin towards the floor. As you exhale, press the floor away, really round the upper back. Draw the knee in. Inhale, neutralize. Exhale, widen the shoulder blades, press away. 3 more here. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Listen carefully, you're going to start to walk the hands back to the left leg so that you're coming into a standing split at the back of your mat. From here, you're going to inhale, lengthen up onto the fingertips. As you exhale, you're going to bring the left hand off to the left like a capital T. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring the right arm out to the front. So you're in an L, you're in a warrior 3. Inhale here. Exhale, you're just going to switch the arms. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. We'll do 3 more to each direction. Keep your warrior 3 body. Right toes turn down towards the floor. Spine is neutral. 1 more each side. Sweep both arms forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, fold forward, standing split. Option to take the hands behind the back of the left leg if you want an extra balance challenge. Once again, release the back of the neck. Really engage through the back of the right leg and use your arms to draw your torso a little bit closer towards your left shin. From here, you're slowly going to walk yourself back forward. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, step the right leg forward, come into your runner's lunge. Be up on the fingertips, or you could have your hands on blocks. Wherever your hands are, you're really light on the hands. Draw the right hip back. Send the chest forward. Engage the left thigh. Take an inhale. As you exhale, ground down through the right foot. On your next inhale, sweep yourself all the way up, crescent lunge. You can drop the back knee here if you need to. Neutralize through the pelvis, bend the back knee as much as you need to release the left hip flexor and quad. And then grow tall from your side body muscles. So don't think of bunching your shoulder up by your ear. Think of growing your arm out of your rib cage. Make sure you can see your right big toe. 3 more breaths here. Take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, plant the hands down. Step the right foot back to float. You're in a single leg plank. Take an inhale here. Spine stays neutral. As you exhale, you're going to draw the knee towards the front of the room. Inhale, send it back. So your spine's not moving, it's just your hip. Exhale, bend the knee, draw it to the front of the room. Inhale, single leg plank. 3 more here. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, back to your single leg plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, you can always modify. Inhale, sweep that left leg up. Exhale, round the spine, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. 4 more. Last one, we hold it in. As you inhale, neutralize the spine, drop the chin to the floor. Exhale, press the floor away, widen the shoulder blades, lift up. 4 more like that. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Walk your hands back towards that right foot, coming into your standing split. Neutralize through the pelvis, left toes towards the floor. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, float the right arm off to the right, and then float the left arm up so you're in your capital T. Take an inhale here. Exhale, switch the arms. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. 3 more to each side. Sweep both arms forward, inhale, warrior 3. And then as you exhale, come down into your standing split. From here, you're going to walk the hands forward back into a 3-legged dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, sweep the left leg all the way forward. Come up into your strong runner's lunge. As light on your fingertips as you can be. Ground down through the left leg, draw the left hip back. Take a bend in through the right knee on your next inhale. Come up into your crescent lunge. Set yourself up and then settle in for 5 more breaths. Take 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, plant those hands down. Single leg plank. Take an inhale. Keep the spine neutral. Exhale, just draw the left knee towards the front of the room. Inhale, send it back. 4 more. Last one. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward into your plank pose, and then as you exhale, you're going to lower the knees down. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, round the spine. 1 more like that. Inhale, cow belly breath. Tuck under the toes this time. As you exhale, round the spine. Keep the round. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to lift the knees to hover. So now we're in a hovering cat pose. Keep the knees hovering. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, round the spine. You probably don't have the same range of movement here, and that's okay. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, round the spine. Take 3 more here. Keep those knees hovering just above the floor. One more. Set the knees down, coming to neutral spine. Take an inhale. Bend the right knee, heel in towards the glute. As you exhale, keep the pelvis stable. Engage the left glute as you send the right sole of the foot to the sky. Inhale, tap it down. We're working glute and hamstring. Spine doesn't move. Exhale, take it up. Inhale, tap it down. We've got 8 more here. This time you're going to hold it up. You're going to turn your knee out to the side wall slightly. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to push the right foot towards the left. So like you're trying to close a door over to the left side. Inhale, release. Exhale to press. 8 more. Really working the glutes here. Really important for arm balances and inversions. Come to a neutral spine. Take an inhale. Extend the right leg behind you. As you exhale, extend the left arm long. Try and keep your spine neutral. So I could come and rest a tray on your back. Your hips and shoulders aren't rotated. Inhale, tap the fingers and toes down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, lift. We'll do 8 more here. Trying to keep that nice length through the whole spine. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set it down. We're going to do something a little bit different in between rounds. So this is like an isolated cat-cow. Imagine that I have my hand on the front of your chest and your upper back, and I'm sandwiching it. It stays still. As you inhale, think of tilting just your tailbone towards the sky. So just your pelvis moves. And then as you exhale, think of drawing a line down the back wall with your tailbone until you scoop just your pelvis under, so your upper back stays still. Inhale. Think of drawing the tailbone closer towards the back of the ribs. And then as you exhale, think of lengthening the space between the back of your pelvis and the back of your ribs. 2 more like that. Inhale. If this feels hard, it's because it's hard. We have a really core awareness of our lower back and what it's doing in space. So movements like this are really important to do to help with just general posture, especially with like lower back pain and things like that. And then when you're in your inversions, you're going to kind of try and tap into this positional awareness of that space between the back of your ribs and your pelvis. We're going to go to the other side. Bend the left knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, sole of the left foot to the sky. Inhale it down. Keep engaging the right glute. Exhale. Inhale, tap it down. Take 8 more here. One more. Hold it up. Turn the knee out to the side wall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, close the door to the right with the left foot. Inhale, release. Exhale, push over to the right. Inhale, release. 8 more. So if you think about that space between the back of your ribs and your pelvis, it's neutral right now. So you're not rounding your tail, you're not sending it up towards the sky. It's somewhere in between. 3 more. Send the left leg back, toes face towards the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, extend the left arm. Inhale, tap fingers and toes. Exhale, keep that neutral spine, lift up. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, lift from the back of the leg, the glute, the back of the shoulder. 8 more. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set it down. We're going to take those little baby cat cows again. So remember, your upper back is staying still. As you inhale, think of the tailbone, so that little bit of the top of your butt crack coming towards the back of your ribs. So if you took your hands to the back of your spine and the top of your pelvis, your fingers are getting closer towards each other as you inhale. And then as you exhale, they're getting further away, but your upper back doesn't move. Inhale, the top of your shorts move towards the bottom of your ribs. And then as you exhale, the top of your shorts moves away from the bottom of your ribs. Just giving you lots of different ways to try and imagine this because it's kind of hard to picture. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. We're going to take 2 more. Inhale, tailbone moves to the sky, ribs stay still. As you exhale, tailbone moves away, ribs stay still. 1 more, relax your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Now you're going to come to a neutral spine. Tuck under the toes, take an inhale. As you exhale, press it all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Step or hop or float. We'll set up Surya B. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Your feet can be together or they can be apart. Just make sure that your knees track in line with your second and third pose. You're hinging back at the hips. If you think about those little tucks that we just did, once again, you're in neutral. So you're not bringing your ribs, the front of your ribs and your pelvis together. You're not bringing the back of your ribs and your pelvis together. You're somewhere in between those two. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Option to add that double chaturanga here. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale, you're going to sweep the arms back, power lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. For the first one, we're going to do 3 more of those. Make sure that as you come forward, you keep tracking that right knee straight forward. Engage the right glute. Stay in your power lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms forward and hold. Keep hugging that right glute to the midline. Draw the right hip crease towards the back of the room. Extend the arms nice and long. Imagine here your body is like it would be in a handstand, except your feet are on the ground in a different position. This could look like a half handstand with your right knee tucked in towards your chest. One more breath. As you exhale, take those hands down. Option single leg vinyasa, double chaturanga, no chaturanga, do what you like. Inhale, sweep that left leg up. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, raise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, come into your power lunge. 4 more like that. Hold in your power lunge, sweep those arms forward. Draw the left hip crease back, neutralize through the spine. Take the hands down, take it through your vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, press to stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it straight through this time. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Keep your power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Hold the torso. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale to stand. We'll do 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale to stand. Inhale to chair. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. Exhale it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, vinyasa through. From your downward dog, you're going to drop your elbows. Option to interlace the fingers here or keep the forearms parallel. We're going to take our dolphin push-ups. Take a little bit of a longer dolphin than what you normally would. As you inhale, shift forward. See if you can tap your nose beyond your fingertips. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, shift forward. Keep squeezing the elbows towards each other. Exhale, take it back. You've got 8 more here. Make sure that those elbows stay under the shoulders. Come back to your dolphin, uninterlace your fingers, parallel the forearms if you aren't already. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press the floor away, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward into your high plank pose. Option to stay in plank, otherwise, drop your knees to the floor and come into a tabletop position here. Either is fine. We're going to take sternum drops. So your whole spine isn't doing like a cat-cow. Your spine stays in a plank. You're really coming from the shoulder blades. So as you inhale, think of your sternum moving towards the floor. Let your shoulder blades draw towards each other. As you exhale, press the floor away. Shoulder blades will move away from each other. As you inhale, let the sternum drop. The neck is not dropping down. Your face isn't dropping down. As you exhale, press the floor away. Inhale, your body is pinned to a plank and the whole plank moves down as one. And then as you exhale, you're just going to press the floor away. We're going to take 3 more here. This is working your serratus anterior. It's the muscle that attaches to your shoulder blades and your rib cage, and it helps as like a shoulder stabilizer. It helps in your arm balances and your inversions and things like that. You're going to press it all the way up, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. You're going to step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bring the torso parallel with the floor. Sweep the arms back. Ardha Utkatasana. Once again, feet can be together or apart. Keep sending the hips back, sternum forward. Really engage through the back of the arms as you reach the fingertips towards the back of the room. Three more breaths. Stay in your Ardha Utkatasana. Just sweep the arms forward on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, take it to your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Once again, we're going to take a walk back towards our foot, coming into our standing splits. From here, you're going to plant your hands underneath your shoulders or slightly in front. You're going to start to shift weight forward so that you come up onto the tippy toes of that left foot. Now, what I want you to imagine is what we just did in that plank pose. So those little sternum drops, I want you to feel that same muscle underneath your rib cage, underneath your armpit, pressing the floor away as you bring the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, take the heel down. Right leg is still strong. You're really engaged through that right glute. As you exhale, come onto the left toes, shift the weight into the hands, press the floor away, engage the right glute. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, shift weight. Inhale, bring it down. You can keep practicing with that. Otherwise, if you've been working towards handstand, then you're going to take a slight tenting in through the fingers so you don't have to be flat into your hands. Shift the weight. Take a little bit of a hop. Engage your right glute. Think of distance between the back of the ribs and the back of the pelvis. Try not to walk. I also encourage you not to use a wall, or at least not backwards. If you're going to use a wall, start like if you're upside down, start facing the wall so that you walk with your face into the wall, if that makes sense. You're going to take another breath. Just remember that some days it doesn't always work, and that's fine. And then you're going to bring it down. Everybody come into a standing split. Inhale onto the fingertips. Exhale, right arm out to the right, left arm out to the front of the room. Warrior three. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that right arm to meet the left during your full warrior three. As you inhale, sweep the arms to the back of the room. Exhale, reach them forward. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, reach them forward. We're going to take 3 more here. Warrior three, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come all the way to standing. Draw that right knee in towards the chest. Take your hands up. Option to flex your wrists as if you're standing on the roof with your hands. So what I want you to imagine here is we're in an L-shaped handstand. So just like we did on the floor, you're thinking ribs and pelvis, they're not scrunching towards each other. They're nice and neutral, just like you would be in a tabletop. From here, all you're going to do is you're going to extend your right knee. So ideally, I can't do it, but ideally, you're working towards that leg being sort of perpendicular with the floor. What I don't want you to do is lean your torso back, because if you turn this upside down, that's a really shit position to be in. You're never going to stay upside down if you're warrior skiing. So try and think of yourself upside down here. What are you doing? You're gently drawing the front of the pelvis and the ribs towards each other, but you're also engaging the glutes to keep the lower back from just crunching up. I'm going to take 1 more breath here. There's a lot going on, I know. As you exhale, you're going to come via a warrior three, come back into your standing splits, and then you're going to walk your hands out into your 3-legged dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step the right leg forward. Inhale, come up into your crescent. Exhale, come into your power lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms forward in your power lunge. And then as you exhale, straighten out the front leg, pyramid pose. Draw that right hip back. Lengthen the sternum towards the front big toe. You have the option to stay still here, or you could rock back and forward, flexing through the front ankle, adding a little bit of an extra stretch, do what feels good. And then you're going to bend into your front knee, come back into your runner's lunge. You have the option to stay in your runner's lunge here. Otherwise, you're going to come into like a half pyramid. So start to straighten your right leg a little bit. And then you're going to work your right shoulder underneath your right leg. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you can float those arms off or have the fingertips up on the floor. Maybe you can reach that right hand around the right hip, and then the left hand grabs behind the back, coming into a bound runner's lunge. So you're trying not to really externally rotate through the hips here. We're trying to keep the hips nice and neutral. Keep lengthening through the spine. Take 3 more breaths. You're going to slowly release your hands if you took the bind, wherever you are. Take it through your vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sweep the arms back, come into your skier's pose, half chair. Option to stay here, otherwise load it up a little bit more, reach those arms forward. Think of relaxing the neck. Really work the upper back muscles, reach the fingertips towards the front of the room. sink down a little lower, engage the glutes, 3 more breaths. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it to your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Walk the hands back towards the right leg, coming back into your standing split. We're going to do that little handstand drill again. So take those hands forward. And then as you inhale, you're going to shift forward, raise the right heel, shift the weight into the wrist, engage the left glute, press the floor away. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, take it back. Option to stay here, otherwise I'm going to give you a few breaths to play with your handstand. Remember to engage the glutes. Remember, this doesn't have to be static, so my weight is shifting from the front of my hands to the back of my hands. I'm in constant movement, controlling through my forearms and my shoulders. And sometimes not controlling at all, just going all over the bloody place. If you came upside down, we're all going to come back to a standing split. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, float the left hand off to the left, right hand to the front of the room. Take an inhale. As you exhale, full warrior 3. Inhale, sweep those arms back. Exhale, bring it forward. 4 more. Totally lost count. We're doing 1 more. You're going to come all the way up to standing, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Start by establishing that neutral spine. So the hips stack over the ribs stack over the hips, the shoulders stack over the ribs. And then start by taking your arms up. Make sure when you do that, you don't flare through the front of the rib cage and dump into the lower back. If you can keep that, then you can start to extend that left leg straight out in front of you. Maybe flex the toes. See if you can keep the pelvis even, so don't drop down into the right hip. And now, you want to imagine you're doing this upside down. So you really want to press the floor away, lengthen through those side body muscles. Take 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to come back via warrior 3 into our standing split. Walk yourself long into your 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, pyramid pose. Draw that left hip back. Option to keep it static. Option to take some movement here. And then when you're ready, you're going to plant those hands, take it back to your vinyasa. From your downward dog, you're going to drop the elbows coming into your dolphin pose. Walk the feet in. Option 1, you're just going to take alternating leg lifts, engaging the glutes and the hamstrings, working the back body, trying to keep the pelvis even. Option 2, you're working your way towards Pincha Mayurasana. Depending on your triceps, you might have to angle your hands in a little bit. If you can, try and keep them parallel. Walk the feet in, get those shoulders over the elbows. Engage the glutes. You're going to give a little bit of a kick. You're trying to stack the hips over the shoulders. Lengthen the pelvis away from the back of the rib cage. Engage the glutes. Press the floor away. Those muscles that help with the scapula, the shoulder blade, you want to have them engaged. Think of standing on the ceiling, lengthen through the spine. If you came upside down, slowly come back into your forearm plank. Well, everybody, we're in a forearm plank. As you inhale, you're going to shift forward on the toes, shift the shoulders forward. As you exhale, press back into the heels. So it's like we're making a little saw motion. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press it back. You can do 3 more here. From here, left palm, right palm, high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember what we've got to do. You're going to step your left foot forward. We're coming back into our runner's lunge. You have the option to stay here. Otherwise, we are going to start to walk that left shoulder underneath the left leg. Option to stay here, option to extend the hands out to the side, or option to take a bind. I don't know what made me remember that I hadn't done this, because this was just totally not even in my brain that we had done this on the other side. But I remembered it, so yeah. You're going to take those hands down. Option, bonus, unexpected vinyasa, or you can take it straight to downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Prepare yourself for an arm balance, so grab a towel if you need to. Inhale, you're going to come into your chair pose. Option, as always, to stay here. Otherwise, as you exhale, you're going to raise up onto the toes, slowly sink the hips down to the heels. Crow pose, Vipassana. You can either bring the backs of the knees to the backs of the triceps, or I prefer to bring the insides of the knees to the backs of the triceps. Plant the hands shoulder distance apart. Nice wide fingers. Start to shift the weight forward. Engage the inner thighs. Engage the glutes. Press the floor away. And then use the hamstrings to draw the heels in towards the butt. Option to hang out here. Option to slowly bring the crown of the head down towards the floor. Once again, you're engaging your back body. Engage your glutes to press your feet up towards the sky. Draw the elbows in towards each other. Crown of the head is on the floor, not your forehead. If you came into your headstand, you're slowly going to come back into your crow pose, and then option to jump back or slide back into your chaturanga. From here, you're going to inhale, sweep that right leg up. Take the hands, walk them back. Option to hang out in your standing split. Option to take any other forward fold that you want to. Otherwise, we're going to try for an L-shaped handstand. So this time, your right leg will stay long, and your left leg is going to stay at a 90 degree, just like we did in standing. So shift the weight forward, come up onto the left toe, engage the right glute, inhale. As you exhale, give a kick, and then see if you can stick it. Keep lengthening that lower back, right foot to the floor, left foot to the back of your mat. Everybody slowly come down to your standing split. Inhale. As you exhale, right knee is going to come to the chest. Maybe grab a hold of the right big toe if you need to. You're coming through to a pistol squat. See if you can balance with your hips off the floor. Maybe the sole of your left foot is flat to the floor. Maybe your heel is lifted. Maybe your hands are down. Maybe not. And then you're slowly going to sit your butt down onto the floor, set yourself up for Kranchasana. You can keep your left leg as is. You can extend it long. If you like the version where you bend the knee back so that your foot ends up back by your hip, you can feel free to go for that. What I want you to do here is really lengthen through the spine, bend that right knee as much as you need to achieve that. From here, you're going to bend that right knee, draw it back by the rib cage. The rib cage, like you're pulling back a bow and arrow. It gets to about this time of class, and my brain just starts stopping to be able to form full sentences like the adult that I clearly am. Option to stay here. Otherwise, we're going to come into what would be like the preparation for Ashtanga. We're not doing Ashtanga today. So, you can stay here. Otherwise, you're going to wear that right leg like a backpack. Plant your right hand down beside your hip. Squeeze the right knee towards the right shoulder. Left hand plants by the hip. Take an inhale. As you exhale, first step is just to lift the hips. Second step, lift that left leg off. Really engage through the left quad. This is kind of like what we did when we were standing in terms of the leg being straight. This is way harder than Ashtanga. Keep pressing the floor away. You've got 2 more breaths. And then slowly set it back down. You're going to bend that left knee. Extend the right leg. We're coming back into a standing split. So come via your pistol squat. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. And then you're going to send that right leg all the way up. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, depending where you are on your mat, you're going to walk your feet back or your hands forward, 3-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, step the right leg forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, come down into your runner's lunge. Option 2, stay with the shoulder underneath the arm. Option to walk that right leg forward. It will come out a little bit, forward and out, forward and out, forward and out. Bend the arms. Maybe you're resting that right leg on the back of the right tricep and lifting the left leg up. Depending on the orientation of your hips, your leg may be out to the side, or you might be able to get your leg really far forward. Set the left foot down, walk that right leg back in to your runner's lunge. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, runner's lunge. And then as you exhale, take it over the rest. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Walk the hands back to that right leg. Option to stay here, option to take those little shifts. Otherwise, we're trying our L handstand on this side. So our left leg, left glute will engage and go to the sky. The right leg will come parallel-ish with the floor. And one side's always way harder than the other side. Remember, your hands are not static. The constant weight shift front to back, side to side. So you don't want your palms to be flat. Slowly bring that right leg down. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, left knee is going to come in towards the chest. We're coming all the way through to our pistol squat, maybe grabbing hold of the left toes. Oopsie. Maybe the right heel is on the ground. Maybe you've got one hand on the ground for support. Just hanging out in a pistol squat, casually, as one does. And then when you're ready, oh my goodness, your glutes are going to come down. You're preparing for Kranchasana. Sometimes I don't even know why I bother talking. From here, you're going to start to pull your left knee back like you're drawing back a bow and arrow. You have the option to hang out here. Otherwise, we're going to come to that arm balance. Like a balanced elephant or something along those lines. You're going to loop your left leg over your left arm. Hug the left knee towards the left shoulder. Plant the hands by the hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press the floor away, lift the hips. Option to stay, or option to lift that right leg. Whew, set it down. You're going to bend that right knee, extend the left leg long. You're going to crawl yourself forward through your pistol squat, and then come back into your standing splits. Make your way into your three-legged dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step the left leg forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, come down into your runner's lunge. Option to stay. Option left arm under left shoulder, under left knee rather. Walk that left foot forward and then come into your version of Kundinasana. You're going to set that right foot down, walk that left foot back in. As you inhale, you're going to lengthen the left leg. And then as you exhale, bend it, take it through to Vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You're going to bring your feet about a little bit wider than hips distance apart. We're going to work towards Titibhasana and Bhujapadasana. I am not good at these poses. I do not have the openness in my hamstrings or the flexibility in my hips, but we're going to go there anyway. So you're going to start by taking a really generous bend into your knees, kind of like we did in that half chair pose. Stop anywhere along the line. Your first step is to loop the right shoulder behind the right knee. Maybe grab a hold of the top of the right foot, and then loop the left shoulder behind the back of the left knee. Maybe grab a hold of the foot. Maybe you're hanging out here. Maybe you can start to walk your feet a little bit closer together, get the shoulders a little bit deeper. Second step, ideally your fingertips point towards you. But if you need to, you can point them out towards the side a little bit. You're going to plant your hands on the floor behind you. You want to get your hands flat on the floor before you take weight into them, which I am not very good at, but that is what we're aiming for. Option 1, Bhujapadasana. You're walking your feet towards each other. Your hands are flat. You're shifting weight back into your hands. Your ankles cross over each other. I can't do it. Your feet are off the ground. Maybe you're hanging out there. Maybe you're extending your legs out and straight, coming into Titibhasana, which once again, I can't do because I just don't have the flexibility. But your legs would be extended out like that, except you would be resting on the backs of your arms. So I'm going to continue to play with that for a couple of seconds, minutes, breaths, whatever. You play with it as long as you want to. If you don't want to, you can come down and stretch. You can fast forward until we're done, which won't be very long. When you're ready, you're gracefully or ungracefully going to make your way down onto your backside. Feel free to pause and keep playing with that. That's totally fine. Peace fingers hook around the big toes. Take an inhale, rock back into your Navasana. And then as you exhale, legs are going to extend straight out in front of you. Loosen your grip on the right toe. Take an inhale. Try and keep that leg at the same height. Exhale. Inhale. Right heel hovers above the floor. Exhale, see if you can tap the toes up to your fingers. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, bring it up. 3 more. Grab the right big toe, release the left. Take a cycle of breath. Inhale, lower the heel. Exhale, hamstring, hip flexor, bring it up. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, bring it up. 3 more. Inhale, grab both big toes. And then as you exhale, you're just going to set the feet down. Keep a hold of the toes, start to walk your butt back until you find yourself in Paschimottanasana. Slowly bring yourself back up. Scoot yourself to the top of your mat. Bend your knees. Reach your arms in front of you. Take an inhale. As you exhale as slow as you can, you're going to roll yourself segment by segment down onto the floor. And you're going to set yourself up for bridge pose. Feet about hips distance apart. Hands by the side. Take an inhale. As you exhale, nice and neutral spine. Just lift the hips up. Option to take a supported bridge here. If you had a block or something that you wanted to put underneath your hips. Option to interlace the fingers, bring your arms to cactus arms, wherever it is you want to go. We didn't do any back bending in this practice, so I would strongly recommend against going into a wheel pose or anything deeper here. Slowly, you're going to lower yourself down. You're going to take a spinal twist. You can take any variation that you want to. I'm going to cross my left ankle over my right knee and then let my legs fall to the left. Wherever you are, just try and keep the opposite shoulder down to the ground. Bring yourself back through center, switch it up. Come back through center, hug the knees in towards the chest, reach up, take a happy baby pose. Sacrum, lower back nice and wide on the floor. You're drawing your knees down towards the outsides of your shoulders. And hug those knees in towards the chest. Roll yourself up into a nice little ball. Take any other movements that you need to. And when you're ready, take a nice deep inhale. And then when you exhale, let it all go. Take up space. Come to whatever position serves you best. And take a moment just to let everything go. please stay here for as long as what serves you today. Today, as you go forward, may you be calm in your thoughts, kind in your words, and generous in your heart. Namaste.